One Little Push is the fifth story of the Saints and Sinners #1 anthology book. So most of this story revolves around a new character, a hitman who is very good at his job, and he is hired to assassinate a character that we, the audience, already are familiar with for the most part. Meanwhile, in the background we have another new character, and we only know him as the Man in the Hat. This mysterious figure, some of what we know him in this story is that he has become emotionally detached from what he does. He's been around for so long, and like he says, if you repeat the same task repeatedly, it becomes as natural as breathing. Even though the hitman is in most of the story and the story revolves around his introduction and his mission, there's something bigger at play in the background. And Drinker did a great job with the 15 pages he was given. I really like how he implemented a character not shown in the trailer or in the synopsis. I like the little twist that took place when the hitman was meeting someone, and I did not see that coming. I thought it was great. It just shows us even more so how twisted and evil this other character is. And without giving too much away, when I first read the story and saw how it ended, it took me by surprise. And I can't say why because spoilers. But after thinking about it, I accepted the decision because this story was never really about that character. Can't say who, but we'll get to it in a bit. Overall, I really enjoyed this story. It felt dark, it was tense, it was thrilling, it was engaging. It grabbed my attention from beginning to end. Drinker, you got me very invested in wanting to know what was going to happen in the next panel because it could have gone a few different directions. Very interesting and mysterious new character that I'm curious when we'll see him next. This character we probably won't find out where he came from till years from now, and right now I am okay with it. So let's go ahead and move on with the story breakdown. We are first introduced to a mysterious new character known as the Man in the Hat, and he is there on a mission. You think you know me, you don't. Those are the first words of the book and the last ones as well. What he's done in his life has touched the lives of the lowliest beggars on the street all the way to the rulers of empires. He has become detached from his work after doing it for so long, and he's become very good at it. He thinks it's better not to get involved in situations, that way he won't unbalance the scales, but there are instances where he does make exceptions. We then get introduced to Kane, our hitman who arrives at Club Merc. Darren Fontano is interested in Kane's services. Darren wants to hire Kane to kill Yaira, as you've seen in the trailer or in one of the covers. For Darren, this is more of a power thing, an ego thing. It's about respect. It's how he says he built his empire, with fear. And because people fear Yaira because of what she's capable of, that means if he's able to kill her, people will be terrified of him even more. It's all about sending a message. Kane says he's able to kill Yaira, which means Darren must get rid of him and gives the signal to his men to kill Kane. But surprise, Kane is an accept. He's able to move fast and dodge bullets and kill the two men. Darren sacrificed 2 of his men for a test. And this guy is a psychopath. And even though Darren was going to kill him, Kane gives him a warning not to try that again. Darren likes his style and will enjoy working together with him. And so the preparation begins. Because Yaira has ice-related powers, he's going to have to bring the heat with armor-piercing incendiary rounds, and then find out where he can locate Yaira. So he looks at Avery Silman for some clues. Kane finds Altona Silman, which is Avery's sister, in a video from a press conference where next to her is Yaira in her alter ego, Sally Rodell, hiding in plain sight. Now that he knows she will be at Projex's, he's setting up shop at a nearby building. As Altona and Yaira head out for coffee, the Man in the Hat is in the background about to follow them from a distance. Kane is ready to take the shot. He has Yaira in his crosshairs. He takes his rifle off save and pulls the trigger. Meanwhile, the Man in the Hat saw many different paths, many possibilities that could come from this bullet in the air heading towards them. He saw the possibility of Altona getting killed and the destruction it could come with, but at the same time he saw another thread of paths opening up if he were to get involved, and all it would take is one little push. Yaira is now on the move in the direction of the bullet and finds Kane trying to escape, and she uses her ice powers to throw him out the window with him landing on a vehicle until he eventually dies. And that's where the story ends. I'll say my favorite part of the story is the Man in the Hat, but overall this is a great short story. Some of the things where I wondered where I wasn't sure where things were going to go, was the scene when Darren attempts to kill Kane, and Kane gives him a warning. The other is where Yara finds Kane and throws him out the window and he dies. His death is something I didn't see coming, like I said earlier. We might see him again in a book that takes place before his death, an except who's a professional hitman. I thought that was a nice idea, but unfortunately it got cut short. I mean, yeah, you got Santuan, you got Blitz, you got Sturm, who are excepts for hire, but Kane felt different. If we see him in another book that takes place in the past, I might not care, but we'll see how it's handled. His scenes in other books would have to be of great significance for me to care. He would have to do something dastardly for me to be like, alright, I like that. But like I said, I eventually accepted the way he ended because this story was never really about him in the bigger picture. Kane's character was just used to set up this character of the Man in the Hat, or at least that's how I took it. I really am curious as to when his next appearance will be. The next video I'll go over Kane's and the Man in the Hat's Dokkan cards, so stay tuned for that video. Do let me know what you guys thought of this short story. Where does it rank in your ranking of this anthology book? Do you also wish Kane hadn't died? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, y'all.